I used to love the Star Wars franchise. I thought that the original trilogy was so unique and so fantastic. And even the prequel trilogy wasn't awful. I thought that it definitely added to the story, it definitely added to some context of the characters' backstories. And with the sequel trilogy, I felt the exact opposite. It just felt like a trilogy that was made to be a cash grab. They really didn't care about the characters and the history. They killed off fan favorite characters and the most important characters for really absolutely no reason, and it just all around was pretty awful in my opinion. And in the wake of the Blizzard situation, where Blizzard has made some very obvious moves to please their Chinese investors so that they won't get kicked out of the Chinese entertainment market, Disney has announced that they have partnered with Tencent, a Chinese company, and that they have agreed to a distribution deal that would bring Star Wars to China, and this is absolutely huge. Besides the fact that it will bring existing Star Wars creations to the region, but they will also be developing and publishing the world's first authorized Star Wars online novel written by a Chinese author, which I think is perfectly fine, and I think that is fantastic. But who knows if they plan to change existing characters and stories so that they can enter the Chinese market, and that is what would not be okay. But we will talk about that in a second. This is a Bounding Into Comics article that I will have listed down below, but this is what it reads about the deal. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Disney and Tencent have agreed to a distribution deal that would bring Star Wars to China. The distribution deal is the first of its kind, allowing Tencent's China Literature, the Middle Kingdom's largest ebook and online reading platform, to license and distribute 40 translated Star Wars novels for Chinese readers. The partnership was unveiled in Shanghai late Wednesday. It also entails the two companies working together to develop and publish the world's first authorized Star Wars online novel, written by a Chinese author. On one hand, I think that it is great that they are expanding who can actually enjoy the series and the world of Star Wars, but I do still have a few worries. I think that it is great that they are going to provide this amazing universe to the Chinese people, but it wouldn't be great if they end up receiving a version of it that is censored and that is altered like most Chinese media unfortunately is. But I can't say that I'm too happy because Disney is working directly with Tencent now, and once you shake hands with Tencent, you're their bitch. It's just what we've realized at this point. Tencent has purchased stakes in so many gaming and entertainment companies over the years. Some of the most recent investments of theirs were $150 million into Reddit. Discord received $158 million from them in funding last year. And let's just look at the sheer number for gaming companies that they own stakes in. They own 100% of Riot Games, which of course puts out League of Legends, 100% of Shark Mob, 84.3% of Supercell, 80% of Grinding Gears Games, which is Path to Exile, 40% of Epic Games, 29% of Funcom, 13.5% of Kakao Games, which publishes Black Desert Online, which made over $1 billion in revenue last year, 11.5% of Bluehole, 5% of Ubisoft, 5% of Activision Blizzard, 5% of Paradox Interactive. There are many more gaming companies, never mind entertainment industries, that they are slowly working their way into. They have become a dominant force with slowly but surely purchasing up developers, purchasing up stakes in these companies. And this could affect what type of content we receive from Disney in the future. It is slowly starting to affect the gaming industry, never mind the entertainment one. Between the virtue signaling of Disney and the Chinese censorship on Tencent's end, what would we even really have left? The issue is companies changing material just so that it can fit into China's regulations, and that is a real problem that needs to be addressed. A recent episode of South Park did address it, but more people need to know about it. And why did they announce this now? Out of all of the times that they could have announced it, this is the worst time to do so with the current media pressure that is going on about the Chinese situation, with the trade wars, with South Park being banned in China for criticizing them in their harsh ways, the NBA, and even Blizzard's current situation. This couldn't have happened at a worse time for them. Like I said, I'm worried about what this could all mean, but only time will really tell. That is all that I had to discuss today. Please let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you see this partnership being a very important one, or do you think that it isn't going to go as far as maybe I believe it will? Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to share it, but also give it a like if you enjoyed, and a dislike if you did not. And I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.